Good afternoon, 7th April 22. Cost of living. We have UK Chancellor talking about reducing 5p, the petrol 19%, the income of the lowest, and so 10,000 died of hunger and the cold last year in the UK. Now, this year, how many cannot get heating nor food? Well, this same situation is going to happen in Spain. And it is not really a question of the percent of tax, because it is much more a question of incompetent government process. So, if we cut in 5 institutions every process and we have 50,000 public buildings, 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, each separate, independent, whilst one Alexa can take care of all this, how can we typify this? We have Stone Age systems that have from 1 liter of milk, 20 cents, the tax is 85%. Now, what is the typification of this? How many papers for selling 1 liter of milk do we have to fill in? From the producer, intermediary, transport, and the mall, the shopping center, or your home if it is delivered at home. So it's 5 steps. Each of them must make VAT, accounts, profit and loss, invoices, revenue, present everything to the tax. So it's 5 steps. Is it clear now? It's so incompetent that by having 80 cents per liter of milk, of these 5 papers moving around, generating incompetent folks in the government, talking about 19p, 5p. I mean, these people are from Stone Age. That's why I invest in Amazon, because it's really 1.2 direct electricity. And avoid, this is a huge disruption. Now, all these excuses we are listening from governments. In Spain, we could sell 50,000 public buildings, we don't need them, and all these employees. And in the UK, they have 2.3 trillion debt. They are never going to pay it, so that's a nice present for newborn babies in the UK. Come on, go and pay Prime Minister's debt. Dear baby, you will not be able to eat nor hit, don't worry. Be happy. Be poor. And poorer and poorer. This is because 250 governments don't share the basics, which is only health, security, education. Made many videos about associations, oligarchs, Botox dictators. All associations, even here the councils, have duplicated statutes, elections, and accounts. Who cares? Invasion of foreigners. Who cares? Of consuls. How can we defend the cost of living? No, there's no way out of this one. This is a huge one. The only way out, at least the one I know, is that I believe I am so stupid because that's what they think I am. So I better work 160 hours per week. Those that work 159 will have an issue with drowning into poverty. Perhaps tomorrow I have to work also, not 16 but 17 hours, just to pay them tax. They have no remorse. Judges are doing nothing. Cost of living. This is a never-ending story, and the bigger the bubble, the bigger the inflation, is a metastasis. this tax metastasis is getting bigger 6% inflation, bigger 7% inflation per year, and now it's already 7% in 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 14%, and it will get bigger and it will get bigger. Is it so complicated to understand, dear judge, that a 5% tax is good enough, and that if countries do get debt, they go to jail? Because private companies don't get debt and also don't issue bonds. They go to the stock exchange. So, cost of living, it is a metastasis that is getting bigger and bigger and bigger and always is the same. Poorest pay. I don't think that the richer get richer and richer and richer because richer are fewer and fewer and fewer. Of course, the amount of money they have is much more, but is insignificant with the respect of having 10,000 dead last year because of food and heating in the UK. Isn't that number big enough? It's always the older, it's always the poorer. How many more do we need? Do we need to start looking to excuses of rich, or just go for everybody? Have a simple tax system, 5%, not so many layers to sell a liter of milk. So then, if the cost of milk is 20 cents, perhaps we can buy it for 30. That's a 50% margin. That's good enough. If you complicate in 5 layers, in 5 institutions, with 5 buildings, with 5 mayors, with 5 prime ministers, with 5 provinces, and then 5 governments, and then 5 central governments, and please simplify everything, just fire them. Please, judges, you will not be able to drink milk, judges. Just be responsible, judges. Cost of living is the tax, it's a metastasis. Cut it by the process and by just 5% tax, flat the whole world. Thank you, Judge. Bye.